Hi and welcome. In this video, I will show you step by step how to use actions in your custom GPTs with Zapier so you can literally automate hundreds of tasks. It's going to make your GPTs a whole lot more useful. Okay, let's get started. So first things first, let me first define the problem statement and what I want to achieve, and then I'll have a step-by-step plan so it's easier for you to follow along. So here's the problem statement. I want to create a custom GPT called Script Assistant that can research topics such as AI automation, workflow automation, and marketing automation, and then write the first draft of the video script. Once the initial script is written and ready, I want to transfer the script to Google Docs from within the GPT. This would use Zapier automations. And finally, I want to send an email to my team from within the GPT telling them that the script is ready and it is in the Google Docs folder so that they can take follow-up actions. This would also use Zapier automations. Okay, so based on the problem statement, here are the steps we need to do. Step 1, we need a custom GPT so we can either create one or edit an existing one. I'm going to create one. Step 2, configure our custom GPT and connect it with Zapier so it can run automations. Step 3, create an automation action in Zapier for sending the script data to Google Docs. Step 4, create an automation action in Zapier for emailing the team. And step 5, bring it all together and test the system. So step 1 is to actually create the GPT, which can actually help me in creating the YouTube scripts. If you're interested in creating a GPT, custom GPT, then you need a premium account, at least as of now. So I'm already in a premium account in ChatGPT, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go to Explore, and then you see an option called Create a GPT. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and click that, and I'm going to start creating one. So okay, so now I'm creating a GPT which can actually, what I'm saying is I want to create a custom GPT which can do research on topics such as AI automation, workflow automation, marketing automation, and so on and so forth, and then can help me create a YouTube script on that. Okay, and let's see how it creates the GPT. All right, so okay, and now the GPT script writer is ready. I know I covered that really fast, but the purpose of this video is to show you how to use custom actions and automations with Zapier. If you want to learn how to create a custom GPT from scratch, step by step in detail, please refer to this video. I'll drop a link in the description. So let's give it a test to see if in case it's working fine. I'm just going to say something like, so I want to write something on marketing automation and I want this happening. Let's see what it comes up with. All right, so now it's actually writing the whole script for me. Okay. All right, perfect. So as you can see, it's already written that script automatically. Okay, and this is amazing. I mean, you can go through it. I can actually leave a link in the description with the whole script. So if you want to go through it, but to be very honest, basically this is not the prompt. The prompt has to be a little more detailed. This is just an example prompt so that I just have something to work with. Obviously, if I'm writing a script and everything, it has to be more detailed and more specific and focused on what exactly I'm looking for. Okay, right now the step 1 is complete. We already have a GPT which is running right now. So also I want to actually mention one thing. So out here you have 3 options: only me, only people with link, and public. Okay, but for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to say only me. Okay, and I'm going to say confirm. So now what it does is basically it actually publishes the GPT, and you can see it right here. Okay, script automation assistant. All right, now as I said, we have to configure this particular script. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to edit. Okay, and within edit tab you have something called configure. So we go into configure, and again in configuration you can see that this is script automation assistant. If you want to change something, let's say if I want to say script assistant, not automation assistant, if I change this out here, you'll see this gets updated right here. Okay, and then you can just press update. Similarly, you have instructions, which are, these are the instructions to the GPT. So I can at any point of time change this if I can make it more detailed, or if I want to actually add something into the instructions, I can always configure this from here. All right, so now when you go down, you'll see something called actions. So this is step 2. In step 1, we create the GPT, and in step 2 now is when we actually configure the GPT and we connect it with Zapier. All right. Okay, now for step 2, what we need to do is we need to actually connect our custom GPT with Zapier. Now, if you don't know what Zapier is a product which actually connects, more than 6,000 apps. And if you could see, it can connect your Google Mail to Facebook, and Facebook to MailChimp, and MailChimp to Google Sheets and Slack. So you can imagine there are 6,000 apps out there. Okay. Okay, so it says build custom workflows in minutes, and you can actually write triggers, you can like actions, and so on and so forth. All right. All right, so that was a quick overview of what Zapier is. And for our purpose, what we are trying to do is we are connecting Zapier towards Custom GPT. And what we want to do is, again, we want to write a script in Custom GPT. And then from within the GPT, I want to actually send that script automatically to Google Docs, which my team has access to. And I also want to email my team saying that, hey, the script is ready. Take on follow-on actions. Take up the follow-on actions. All right. So now what I'm going to do is, so we come back to the configure tab. This is step 2. So we say create new action. Okay. And now we come to the screen. So this is where you can actually write some code in schema. But for our purpose, what I'm going to do is we'll import from URL. We click this button actually. And out here, we have to connect Zapier to our custom GPT. And that is done by going to Zapier, this particular URL. I'm going to drop this URL called actions.zapier.com/docs and then platform and then GPT. So I'm going to leave this link in the description as well. Okay, so this comes to this action. These are all the AI actions you can take with Zapier. And so this is the page. So if you go down, you see this URL. This is how you get started. Okay, so it says copy the special URL to your clipboard. Now, this is what is going to connect Zapier with your custom GPT. Okay, so we copy this and then we go back to our configuration tab. We paste it out here and then just say import. And there you go. So it's going to import some, some code which you don't have to worry about. You don't have to change anything out here. You don't have to worry about this code at all. Okay, just let it be like this. Okay, and if you go down, you can see that it has got some values. Authentication will be later. But as of now, it's not asking anything. But once we actually publish our GPT, it will ask for authentication. Okay. So the only thing is privacy policy. Again, we have, so if you see out here, basically it's only me. So we have only published to self. So only we are using it. So it doesn't need a privacy policy. But if in case we switch it over to, let's say, only people with link and everything, you'll automatically see that, okay, it needs a privacy policy. So something which is on your website, which you can put the URL out here. Okay. But for now, I'm just going to say only me, and that's what you want. All right. So by taking this action, the script assistant, which is our custom GPT, is now connected to Zapier. And now what we need to do is we need to go to Zapier and we need to create 2 of the actions. So the first action is going to be the docs, basically, so that at least once we have a script, it writes to those docs. So we need to create that action in Zapier. And the second action is that once the doc is created, it should email to my team as well. So it should, so we need to create an action for that as well. So there'll be 2 actions. One is for the docs and second is for the email. Okay. So step 3 is going to be, let's create a Zapier action for the Google Docs. All right. So for that, we have to go to Zapier. Okay, so for the URL for this is action.zapier.com GPT start. All right. So it's coming to this page directly. So in order for you to create those actions in Zapier, you need to have a Zapier account, and Zapier account is free to create. You can easily create in 2 minutes. Just go and put in your email and your address, your name and your email, and that's pretty much it. Once you create your account, then you can actually type this URL and then you will be taken to this page right here. All right. This is where we actually have to create the actions. Okay. So the first action is creating Google Docs. So I've already created that, but for the sake of this video, what I'm going to do is I'll delete this and recreate it with you guys. Okay. So let me just go ahead and delete this. Okay, perfect. So this is the screen you should see when the first time you come in. Click on add an action, a new action. So let's create this together. And then as I said, it has 6,000 apps. So you come to this page basically which says action. Okay. Now we are doing it for Google Docs. So basically when I say Google Docs, you can see it's loading. And so it has close to about 20,000 actions. You can do Google Docs, upload document. You can Google Docs, find a document, and you can do a lot of things. Create documents from templates. So whatever you want to do, you can do it. Similarly with Google Sheets or with email or Gmail or something like that. Whatever you want, basically you can actually do it out here. So in case of Google Docs, we have upload document, find a document. But what we'll do is we'll use Google Docs, create document from text, because the text is coming in. The GPT is sending script in form of text. Okay, so we do this, and now it's going to say, okay, authorize it. allow Zapier to access your Google Docs account. So I'm going to say, go ahead, do that. Okay, perfect. So now my Google Docs account is connected. All right. Next is document name. Now, in case of document name, you can actually select the first version, have AI guess a value, or have a specific name. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a specific value for this field. So I will call this as create doc from script. Okay. So I'll say create doc from -script. So space is generally very unpredictable. So that is the reason I prefer not to have spaces in names. So I'm just going to say create doc from script, and you can create whatever name you want. All right. So this is done. All right. So I just wanted to mention that anytime you make any changes in Google Docs, whether you delete something or you add something and you hit refresh, it is going to get the latest changes. Now for document content, what you do is I'm going to just leave it at have AI guess a value for this field, basically, because this is something which will be set on the custom GPT side. All right, that's where the content is coming from. All right, now let's go to show all options. So in folder, you have three values. One is default root, where everything goes directly into the, it doesn't have a folder, basically, just go directly to Google Docs. The second option is that, of course, you can use AI to guess it. But the third is that you can actually put all this document to a specific folder. All right. So if you don't have, I'm going to select this particular option. So now if you don't have this, you can go ahead and create, go to Google Docs, create a folder out there, and then hit refresh, as I said before, and then it's going to actually start showing that. Okay, I already have a folder called YT scripts, which is YouTube scripts. So I'm going to use that. All right. So this is the action name, and this is very important. And the reason is basically because it has to be exact. This is what will connect this particular action to your custom GPT. So within custom GPT, there will be a place where we have to actually mention that. So it has to be exact. So what I'm going to do is I will actually copy this, because I like this name, create doc from scripts. It's very, very intuitive, and it doesn't have any spaces. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this out here. Okay. So once we connect this Google Docs action to our GPT, we will be using this name. So this is very important, and it should be exactly the same. Okay. So once this is done, I think we are all set now. I don't want to do, so now the last is require preview. I don't want to do that because it's just going to open another window for no reason. Okay. And we are done. So now I'm going to say enable action, and that's it. Okay. So now this is completion of step 3. The fourth step is that we'll create another action, which is your Gmail action, so that it can send, once we actually send the script, it can automatically email to my team as well. So we will create that action right now. On a side note, I hope you're getting some value out of this video, and if you are, please click the like button. If you want me to create a video on any AI automation topic, add them in the comments below. If there is enough interest, I'll definitely make it. Also, on this channel, I'll be creating a lot more videos on using AI for business and marketing automation. So if you're interested in learning about this topic, hit the subscribe button now so you don't miss out when I post it. Okay, back to the video. Okay, so let's click on add a new action. All right, so now what I'm going to do is the action what I want is that I want to send Gmail. I want to send an email out, right? So I'll say Gmail. Let's see what comes up. What options do we have? Gmail send email, Gmail reply to email, find email. These are all the actions which I can take, right? So these are all the things. These are all the tasks. So I'm just going to go ahead and select send email, since I want to send an email, and I will do that. Next, I need to actually connect my Gmail account, okay? And so let me just connect that real quick. Allow Zapier to access your Gmail account. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay, awesome. So it is now connected my Gmail account. Now there are a couple of options we have out here. 2. So who is it going to actually? So this is going to be, so do not include this field. You have AI guess and set a specific field. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just say specific, and then I'm going to enter, the names of my team members out here who I want to send this email to. Okay. So now I've already set the email. All right. And in the subject, I'm just going to say a specific field. I can say something like the script is ready. So I'll say script is ready so that they can actually see this email and then they can take follow-on actions. All right. Okay, for the body, we actually have two options. Have AI guess a value for this field or set a specific value. So I'm going to go ahead and say let AI guess for this one. And then let's click on show more options. And then you have a BCC and then you have a from field. So you can add this value out here in case you have that. From, I would say it should be for me. So set a specific value. And then I'm going to put my email address out here. All right. And reply to, let it be like this, and the rest, I mean, you can go through the rest, body type, signature, and all those things. And then we come to actions. Okay, so this is again an action name. This is extremely important because we will be using this action name in our GPT and to call this particular Gmail action script to email hyphen. All right, so this is the action name which we'll be using. All right, so this is important, and that's it. Again, I don't want to do the preview, and I'm going to go ahead and say enable action, and this is also set now. Perfect. So now you have two actions out here. Both are activated. One is script to email and the other is create doc from script. Okay. So perfect. And that's it. So now this completes step 4 as well. So now the 5th step is let's get them all together. So now what is going to happen is that we'll go back to our custom GPT. That's where we'll call these actions so that it can actually start executing and then we can test the whole system. Also, it's incredible to integrate Zapier from within your custom GPT to do multiple tasks effortlessly. However, do remember that both ChatGPT and Zapier are in beta and alpha mode, so you can have some unexpected issues. However, the community around both of these products is very strong, so finding a solution in most cases is just a Google search away. So let's go back to our GPT, and we are right here. Okay, so this is, let's get out of here. Okay, so now we are in the configure tab in our script assistant custom GPT. And if you can see that there is something called instructions, all right? So this is where we need to add certain instructions for it to work properly. Okay, so let me just open it. I'm going to expand this, and this is some instructions which the GPT is automatically created. So when we are creating the GPT, the system has already created these particular instructions for the GPT to work correctly. So don't touch this, don't mess with this, don't do anything with this. This is exactly, just leave it the way it is, all right? So now we need some more rules or some more instructions which we'll get from Zapier, okay? So let's go back to Zapier. And if you remember this, the first link which I'd shared with you, where we had copied the link, on the same page, if you go down, you see this link, okay? If you keep on going down, there are a set of instructions which will be there, and these are the rules, okay? So what we need to do is, first of all, we just copy them straight away. I don't leave anything behind. Just make sure that, okay, you copy the whole box. Let's see that. Okay, so it's copied. All right, so let's copy this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to come back and then paste it out here. Paste it after the GPT instructions. So like right here, okay? All right, so these are the rules basically which are defined for Zapier to work correctly. Okay, and so we just need to include that. You don't have to touch this at all. This is exactly going to be the way it is right now. You don't have to touch this because these are GPT instructions. The only place we will configure in this particular box is the required actions. All right. So within actions, you have something called, right now you have 2 actions out here. Okay. And these are default actions. What we need to do is we need to change these. All right. So what we'll do is, now you can see something called actions out here. There's one called action, then there's something called confirmation link. Okay, and then again there's action and there's confirmation link. All right, so let me do one thing. These are 2 separate actions. So this is action 1 and action 2. Okay, so in required this thing, what I'm going to do is I need an action. So in this action, what I want to do is I want to actually put in our Google Docs action, and for this particular part, I want to put in our email action. We had created 2 in Zapier, right? So that's what we want to do. Okay, these are default, so I'm going to get rid of them first of all. So I'm just going to delete them. Right, so this is the confirmation link for that. Delete this as well. Be careful, don't delete the colon. Okay, and now this is done. So now what we'll do is we'll go back to Zapier, and now we have create doc from script. Okay, so once you open this, remember this and go down. Show all options. Okay, so remember this action name. This is what we need to copy here, right? So just pick this up, copy this, go to ChatGPT and just paste it out here. simple. For the confirmation link, so this is our document, or sorry, this is our doc action, right? So you will copy this particular URL right here. So with the HTTPS, everything. So this, copy this whole URL, okay, and then just get it out here and paste it. That's it. All right. So now action for the docs is configured. Now we need to do it for the email, for the Gmail, right? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing. I'll delete this particular action right here. This is action number 2. So here's the thing. If in case you don't have 2 actions, you don't have to do that. So in that case, just delete this particular one. But since I have 2 actions, what I'm going to do is I'm going to configure this one as well. Okay. All right. So this goes away. So you have action and confirmation link. Then let's go back to our lock. Let's go back again. All right. So now we have to go into the email part, right? So we'll open script to email. Go down, show all options, copy this exactly, and then get it back here and paste it. For the confirmation link, what we'll do is again go back, pick up this whole thing, copy, and paste it. And that's it. Now you have required actions which are all set. Okay, and we have a set of rules from Zapier which are there, and of course we have a set of instructions for our custom GPT. Now you can close this and we should be good to go. Also, I wanted to add that if you want help with setting up or optimizing your business workflows, check out my AI automation agency, FlipBytes, where we help businesses with workflow and marketing automation. I'll drop a link in the description. Okay, so now the configuration is done. Just close this box and remember to just update this. All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and update it, confirm. Remember, again, this is only me, and if you want to change it to, make it public, or you want to do it for your team, you have to put your privacy order. Okay, so now this is done. Now let's test this. All right, so let's go to create, and now I'm going to create a small script, and let's see how it works. All right, so can you write me a 250 words script for YouTube on email automation? All right, so I'm just going to go ahead and execute that. Since we have already connected the Zapier, now the authentication comes in. Some info will be sent to actions.zapier.com. Only do this for sites you trust. Okay, and all right, so that's fine. Sign in with action.zapiers.com. So I'm going to just go ahead and say that. Okay, and it is going to say authenticate. OpenAI wants to access Zapier account for AI actions. So I'm just going to go ahead and say allow. So this is where the authentication is happening. Okay, so it says you have successfully signed in via OAuth. All right, perfect. So now I'm going to go back to my assistant. Okay, so it is restarting this. Okay, no problems. Yeah, these are the glitches. See, the thing is, again, Zapier is in alpha right now, and ChatGPT, the ChatGPT custom GPTs are in beta. So there will be definitely issues on the custom GPT side, and there will be issues on Zapier side as well. So anyways, so let's do one thing. Let's do this again. So this prompt is just for example. This is not the actual prompt. I'm just using it for for the purpose of this video. The actual prompt, if in case you're right, it has to be more detailed, more focused as to what you're looking for. So because the thing is, again, it's garbage in, garbage out. If in case you give ChatGPT or your GPT good instructions, then it will actually create a script which you could use. Something like this will not produce a very good script. But anyways, for this particular video, let's try this out and let's see how this works out. Okay, so I said write a 250 word script, YouTube script for email automation, and let's see. And right now the GPT builder is working. Okay, so now it's creating the script for us. Okay, so now since the script is ready, we'll just say copy this to Google Docs, and it should know that. Let's say what happens. Some info will be sent to actions.zapier.com. Only do this for site you trust. You have to allow that. So I'm going to go ahead and say allow. And so it's starting an action. Okay. So it's saying the YouTube script on email automation has been successfully copied to Google Docs document. You can view the document or edit the document right here. And this is the link. So it's giving you the link as well. Let's go to our Google Doc and see if in case it's there. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Docs. Okay, so right now I'm in Google Docs and there's a folder called White Tree Scripts. I'm going to open this, and there you go. This is the script right here. Excellent. It's already done that. So when I open it, it has this whole script copied in right here. Perfect. Okay. Now the next action is that we've already done the Google Doc. let's say email my team. Okay, so I'm just going to say that and let's see what happens. Some info will be sent to actions or Zapier tasks. Of course, you need to allow that again. So I'm going to say allow. Okay, so finally I got a success message. And as you can see, I'll show you the email as well. So this is the email which I got in my email account. So this works fine. Okay. So this is how you create a custom GPT and then connect it with Zapier Actions. Zapier automations are awesome and they can give your GPT superpowers. Zapier has 6,000 plus apps, so you can literally automate hundreds of workflows. Also, I love automations and I'll be creating many more videos on business and marketing automations, so remember to subscribe to my channel if you're interested in this topic. Also, do check out my AI automation agency, FlipBytes, if you want us to help you with your business automation needs. I'll drop all the links in the description. If you want to learn how to create a custom GPT from scratch, step by step, in detail, please refer to this video, or you can see another video from FlipBytes by clicking or tapping the screen. I can't wait to see you in future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.